Since buying the iPhone 16 Pro Max, I have been on a mission to find the easiest, most convenient accessories to get the best out of the cameras. So if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. In this video, I'll explain why an ND filter is essential, why I like this particular one from K&F Concept, and whether it's worth the $49.99 price point. I'll also be giving you a 17% off discount code for this filter, as well as everything on the Kent Faith website, including tripods, camera bags, and filters, so be sure to stick around for that. So why is an ND filter essential for iPhones? Well, unlike traditional lenses, the aperture on the iPhone is fixed at around f1.8. On my Sony camera, for example, right now, the lens I'm using can go from f1.8 to f22, but the iPhone is stuck at f1.8, which means it's always letting in the most amount of light. On a bright sunny day, if you follow the 180-degree rule, which is essentially your shutter speed is double your frame rate, so let's say you're shooting at 30 FPS, your shutter speed should be 1/60. If you're shooting at 24 FPS, your shutter speed should be 1/48. If you follow that rule, you will get an overexposed image. The way to combat this is to crank up the shutter speed, and chances are the video app on your phone is doing this without you even realizing it. Take a look at this example. I shot this at 30 frames per second with a 1/60 shutter speed, and as you can see, my hand has motion blur. And this helps to give that cinematic look. It's not always hands, it could be the camera panning left to right, it could be someone on a motorbike, it could be whatever motion is in the scene, but motion blur helps to sell that cinematic look and feel. Now take a look at this shot. We're still shooting at 30 frames per second, but I took the ND filter off. That means that the app has had to calculate the correct shutter speed for the exposure. And as you can see, we're shooting way above 1/60. Because of this, my hand has zero motion blur. And this is fine, like for some shoots, this is not an issue. But if you want to achieve that cinematic look, the motion blur really helps to sell it. The cinematic look isn't achieved by just doing a bit of motion blur. There's of course a lot of other factors. But if you want to create that look that we're so used to seeing with films that we love, then motion blur is an important thing to consider. And that is why you need an ND filter. So let's talk about this particular one from K&F Concept and why I recommend it. So this kit comes in three main parts. You have the carry case, you have the clip that goes onto your phone, and then you have the magnetic variable ND filter. So why do I recommend this kit over others? Well, firstly, it's just genuinely very easy to use. The clip-on design works even with my thick Moment case, and the magnetic mount means I can pop the filter off quickly if I want to grab a photo without using an ND filter. The variable ND ranges from 1 to 5 stops, which is an ND2 to 32, which is more than enough for bright daylight. And it means that I can fine-tune my footage without having to swap and use different filters. This also doesn't have that dreaded X effect that we see on other variable ND filters. I also love the fact that we get a cold shoe mount on the top, so we can add microphones or lights to the iPhone, which basically makes this an all-in-one filmmaking solution. The clip itself is made entirely of metal, so when you get this out of the carry case, it feels premium right from the get-go, and if you're shooting on the iPhone, you want to have the best kit. And although the carry case is something that I could live without, it's really nice to have it and to be able to take around this variable ND filter without worrying about scratching it or damaging it. So when I'm out and about and I want to get some great footage on my iPhone, this variable ND filter is my first option. It's what I always reach for, it's so small and compact, and it works perfectly with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is also one of the few ND filters available for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, where you can use the ultra-wide lens without seeing the mount. For example, if you look at the bottom left here, in ultra-wide mode, you can see the mount on my Moment ND filter mount, but on the K&F Concept one, there's no obstruction at all. Although I do love this accessory, there are a couple of things you need to be made aware of. So firstly is the clamp. So this is what you tighten to attach the clip to your phone. Now, if you're using the Blackmagic camera app, this does cover up the lens selector, which can be super annoying. The only solution I've found for this is to rotate the phone so it goes into vertical mode and to adjust the lens from here. If you have the phone on a tripod setup though, this may not be possible and is going to be very annoying to use. The other thing is speed. So this isn't the easiest accessory to get on and off. You do need to tighten the knob to secure it to your phone. There's no worry about it damaging the phone screen though. I've used this countless times and this hasn't caused any issues. But when it comes to speed, if you want to be taking this on and off all the time, it's going to be a problem. So this is one of those accessories where if you're out on a shoot, then you're just going to leave this on for the whole day. Do not try and take this on and off all the time. It's just going to get really annoying. Those small negatives aside though, this is a fantastic accessory. It works great. There's nothing I can think of that would make me not recommend it to somebody. It just ticks all the boxes for me. And at $49.99, this is something you just have to pick up. As you've made it this far, it's time to give you that 17% off code. So if you want to head over to the Kent Faith website, you can use the code JACK to get 17% off anything on their website. So camera bags, tripods, filters, and of course this ND filter featured in the video. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, it really helps out my channel. And if you want to see more iPhone videos from me, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. If you have any comments or questions about this ND filter or about iPhone filmmaking in general, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And there should be some videos up on the screen now if you want to see more from me, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.